breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Breaking: Obama's FBI finally gets worst news possible after murdering LaVoy Finicum. Back in 2016, a group of armed protesters took over the Malheur Wildlife Reserve to protest a land grab by the Bureau of Land Management, and it resulted in the killing of Robert LaVoy Finicum. And now the FBI and other federal agencies are finally going to have to answer for their actions. To refresh your memory, Finicum was on his way to a meeting with the local sheriff when federal authorities set up an ambush-style roadblock to stop him before he could get to the sheriff. At one point, Finicum was speeding down the road, then drove his truck into a snowbank to avoid hitting federal agents, and that's when the unthinkable happened. Finicum immediately exited the vehicle with his hands in the air as federal agents trained their weapons on him. Walking in deep snow, you could see him lose his balance several times as an agent snuck around behind him, then opened fire, shooting him 3 times in the back and killing him on the scene. At the time, supporters of his called the shooting murder, and it appeared to be. Federal agents easily could have apprehended Finicum when he arrived at the sheriff's office, but instead they chose to ambush, then kill him. Well now, 2 years later and after the cases against others involved with the occupation have been dropped, Finicum's widow, Jeanette Finicum, is suing the Oregon State Police, the FBI, and others over the murder of her husband, the Daily Caller reported. Jeanette Finicum filed a wrongful death lawsuit Friday, the second anniversary of her husband's death. The lawsuit is for $5 million each for herself, her 12 children and her deceased husband's estate, a total of $70 million plus court costs, the Oregonian reports. LaVoy was fatally shot 3 times in the back, assassination style, by one or more militarized officers of the Oregon State Police and/or FBI, the lawsuit states. He was deliberately executed by a pre-planned government ambush, after he had exited his vehicle with his hands up. Days before the shooting, Jeanette had visited her husband at Malheur, staying with him from Thursday, January 21, through Sunday, January 24. My husband took me into town for breakfast, we went to church, he was actively engaged all day with people, teaching them about the Constitution and property rights, Jeanette told the Daily Caller News Foundation. It was a peaceful place, quite frankly. Jeanette's husband was killed that Tuesday, January 26. Of course, authorities have maintained that Finicum's death was of his own doing, and they did find a loaded 9mm pistol in his jacket. However, at no point in the video did it appear as if he was reaching for it. Instead, it looked like he was trying to keep his balance and then grabbed his side after being shot in the back. Either way, hopefully this lawsuit will finally clear up the facts of the case, because to most people, it looked like this man had been murdered in cold blood.